Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you for joining. So today we're going to be talking about episode 16, and it's the third dinner party. So it starts off with Melinda and Layton. Melinda said her and Layton are doing really good at the moment. They haven't had a fight in a few days and she feels like they have really turned a corner. Layton said to Melinda, I personally feel like the four people that should be talking tonight are Claire, Jessie, Janelle and Adam. Go figure. Melinda said tonight's dinner party is going to be explosive. You have Adam and Claire that have hooked up, and you have Janelle and Jessie, they're the victims of the hookup. The two people that need closure. Janelle and Jessie haven't really been speaking to their partners, so the partners need to speak, show some remorse, have some regret. Can this be mended, or is this just a dead end completely? Adam's infidelity is spread throughout the apartments. Now everyone knows what has gone on between Claire and Adam. Alyssa and Duncan are conflicted about their friendships with Claire and Adam. Duncan is kind of black and white on the whole thing. He said to Alyssa that they have both done a terrible thing, so they both have to wear it tonight. Alyssa said, I'll tell you right now, I'm not greeting Claire and I'm not greeting Adam. Absolutely not. I would be cheating myself if I was fake to them and said hello to them. That's really dramatic, Alyssa, but okay then. Duncan said to the producers, Alyssa is upset with my approach towards Adam, but I feel like my line in the sand is really easy to understand. I'm friends with the guy, he's done something stupid, he has to own it. Duncan said he won't support him and he doesn't agree with it. That doesn't mean I won't talk to him ever again. Although I've explained this to Alyssa, it doesn't seem like that is enough for Alyssa. Alyssa said one of the qualities that she loves about Duncan is he's friends with everyone, but at the same time, if that person is a cheater, I'm happy to leave that person out. Alyssa comes across as this real mean girl. She really does. And if you know, you know. If you've been watching these episodes, you know what I mean. I think Alyssa is a hypocrite. She was dating a married man before she came into the experiment, for goodness sake. Alyssa said to Duncan, Adam and Claire lying for weeks about it. I have a lot to say to both of them and I'm 100% not going to hold back. I have no filter or the time, and this is not going to be the time when I ever filter. Duncan said I wouldn't expect anything less to her. Brontë and Harrison. Harrison said, I want to call Adam's behaviour out for what he did to Jessie. You know the gaslighting of Jessie was so reprehensible. Harrison said, I don't think Adam is capable of taking accountability. The guy to me is just a snake, so I just want to make sure he's made accountable tonight. Harrison, come on. Dude, you're terrible. You was treating Brontë terrible in the beginning. Harrison said to the producers, tonight is going to be lit. I think it's going to be wild. The two new couples don't know what went down between Claire and Adam. Evelyn said, heading into the dinner party, hopefully it will be light-hearted and a lovely evening. No, Evelyn, it's not going to be that, I wrote. Tayla and Hugo are struggling to connect. Tayla joined the experiment to help her control her controlling ways. That's not worked. Although they are not solid, Tayla said to Hugo, I think if we just go in there and have each other's backs, we will be fine. Hugo said that's the way to do it, strong and united. But it's also fake, isn't it? If they're pretending to go into a dinner party strong when they're not. Is that not fake? The producers said to Hugo, what's your plan of attack for tonight? And Hugo said, I want to see her happy and I want to see this as a bit of a turning point. At the centre of tonight's dinner party, Claire is one of the four people entering into tonight's dinner party alone. Despite Claire's mistakes, she remains determined to salvage her relationship. Claire said to the producers, I want to show Jessie that I'm committed to rectifying the mistakes that I've made, and I care about you and I care about your feelings. Claire said, I do like Jessie, I really like him, so I wrote Jessie a letter which explains how truly sorry I am. Claire said the letter is important because it's a way of me expressing how I want to move forward and why it's important for me to show him that I'm committed to making our relationship my priority and finding a way to reconnect, that she hopes Jessie can see that she really is sorry and this comes from the heart. Jesse said he hates being the centre of attention. He said to the producers, I just don't really want to go to the dinner party tonight. I just don't want to experience everyone watching every word I say. I'd rather sit by myself, to be honest. What Claire and Adam have done has definitely activated my past hurt. I've been cheated on before, so this to have happened between Claire and Adam is almost like life laughing in my face. This is what you get every time, so that plays a part in the pain. Jesse said, I've not spoken to Adam since we've had that big blow up. I don't want him to come up and try and shake my hand and try and smooth things over. Like, just don't, please, man. Don't do that. Don't go there with me. I don't want to talk to you. Jesse wants to avoid confrontation, but it doesn't seem to be that easy. Adam said he wants to speak his own truth. Adam said to the producers, I'm sure there will be a lot of people on the table that will have a lot to say about my actions and Claire's actions that night, so I'm expecting it. But I have something that I have to get off my chest in terms of me and Janelle that might shed a little bit of light on how that event came about. And I just want to tell the full truth, and I need to let people know where Janelle and I were at the time when this kiss happened. What's done is done. It was 3 weeks ago, so like, get over it, move on, don't be bitter about it. It doesn't sound remorseful, does he not? All I'll say is no wonder Adam is still single. This guy's a cheat. He cheated on his ex, he's cheated on Janelle, and he can't even be accountable for his actions. He's blaming the fact that he and Janelle weren't in the best place. It's like Melinda said, sort your marriage out, don't go and cheat. If your marriage isn't in the best place, don't go and kiss somebody else. Go and talk to your wife. Janelle is preparing to face Adam and Claire at the evening's dinner party. Janelle said to the producers, I've been such a loyal partner to Adam this entire experiment. I had put everything into that relationship. Looking back when all the allegations flying around about Adam and his disloyalty, I had it back the entire time, but it was all for nothing. When I found out about Adam and Claire, I was really shocked, so I was just thinking, how could he do this to me? Because we were really good, our relationship was growing, and then I was sad, and then I was angry, really, really angry, like I could not believe this was the experience that I was going through right now. What they did just wasn't wrong to me, it was wrong to Jesse, and it was a mockery of the experiment. Going into the dinner party, I'm going in fully loaded. I'm going to make sure they all understand what Adam is like, and I'm going to make sure that everyone is going to make Adam accountable. Janelle said tonight I'm going in the biggest, baddest mood ever. Tayla said to Hugo that all the girls have feisty tempers, and if they butt heads, then it's going to be game on. Hugo said, why would they get their backs up though? And she said, you might say something and I obviously have to get involved. Yeah, just play it cool. I'm not a fan of Tayla. I have to admit I'm not the biggest fan of her. Alyssa and Duncan. Alyssa said to Duncan, a lot of people are going to hold Adam and Claire accountable, and Duncan said sometimes you walk away and don't talk to them. Again, other times you do. Alyssa clapped her hands and then said, it's beyond that, Duncan. She didn't even let him finish his sentence. It's beyond them just kissing and lying about it. Alyssa said you can't be friends with everyone. So she was trying to tell Duncan who he could be friends with. That's just so controlling. I just think Alyssa is the biggest hypocrite after getting involved in a married man herself, and then on top of that she is now trying to tell Duncan who he can and can't be friends with. Controlling much. Duncan said, I think you need to pull people up on their behaviour, and Alyssa was like, cut it out, you keep repeating yourself that I don't condone his behaviour, but I'm going to pull him up on it because you're condoning his behaviour by even associating with that kind of person. Ollie and Tahnee got to the venue first. Ollie said that they had never done that before and it was a calm before the storm, as they knew what was going to go down, and Tahnee said she was a bit nervous, to be honest. She said the group dynamic was making her nervous and there was a lot of awkwardness. When this was said, the experts looked shocked, and Mel, one of the experts, said, what's happened there? Ollie said there are just so many facets, crazy times ahead. Melinda and Layton arrive and they look incredibly happy. Very, very loved up. Tahnee was saying to Melinda, there is such a big group divide and I feel we want Adam and Claire to explain the situation because we feel some type of way about it and we still want to hear what they have to say. Melinda said we're hearing whispers of what happened and so has Janelle. Ollie said, how do you mean? And Melinda said, well, she's heard from Jesse. Layton said that's the other thing, why at the other wedding did it get brought out? Tahnee said to Melinda, Janelle went to Claire, I think it was at the last dinner party, and said, is there anything I need to worry about? And that was the perfect opportunity to say, actually I kiss your man. The experts could not believe what they were hearing. Tahnee said it's not appropriate. Mel, one of the experts, said, I think we can safely assume that there was a kiss between Claire and Adam. Alessandra said, how difficult for Jessie, and John said, and Janelle. John said, I'm shocked at this because when we confronted them at the commitment ceremony, both Adam and Claire flatly denied anything. Tahnee said, honestly though, they lied so well. Alyssa and Duncan arrived next. You wouldn't think 5 minutes ago they had a heated argument in the car. They came in looking all loved up as usual. Duncan was saying to the producer, everyone in the experiments thinks me and Alyssa are doing so well, and I feel like that too, but it's also natural for us to have disagreements, and when you have a friend who's done something wrong, how do you as a couple weave through that? That's hard. Alyssa said to the ladies, I'm seeing red, I can't wait to say something to Claire and Adam. John said, we have seen in this experiment when betrayal comes out, it can be really unsettling for our couples, and they see it as a sense it may happen to them if they're not strong with their partner. Duncan said, everyone thinks I'm supporting Adam, but I'm not. Janelle said, tonight I feel nervous, but I also feel really determined to do what I have to do to make sure Adam and Claire are held accountable. I think Adam is a bad person. I don't think he just did a bad thing, because there was no remorse in his actions. Tonight I'm on a mission, I need the closure, so for the first time in this experiment, I'm standing up for myself. Alyssa said to Janelle, the first thought that comes to my mind is Adam sitting at that couch, making Jessie look like a crazy person. Janelle said he gaslit Jessie and all of us into thinking he was crazy. Alyssa said also, when they come through the door, I'm not getting up. The other ladies said, you're not getting up, and Alyssa said, no, why would I greet them? Melinda said to the producers, Alyssa is on a whole other level. She is like seeing red. Alessandra said, it is a lot of drama for the new couples to walk into. John said yeah, and of course not knowing the people involved, they're going to have to take sides as well, these new couples. Where do they stand on betrayal? Layton said, can you imagine the new couples walking in tonight with all the shit that's going to happen? Duncan said they will have no idea what's going on. Can you imagine coming in the first time and you have all these people talking about shit you don't know anything about? Tayla and Hugo. Tayla and Hugo arrived next. Everyone rushed to meet them as soon as they entered the room. Tayla and Hugo went their own separate ways. Melinda said to Tayla, how's everything going? And all Tayla said was, yeah, it's going alright. The experts could see there were problems as soon as Tayla and Hugo came into the room. Alessandra said clearly they're not meshing well. John said it's disappointing. Tayla said to the ladies, you know, we're just taking it really slow at the moment and see where we go with it all. Janelle asked Tayla if she liked Hugo and she hesitated. Tayla said, you know what, it's a slow burn right now. Janelle said, was it a slow burn for him as well? And Tayla said, I don't think it was. He got a bit of savage from me, but he dealt with it really well. Layton asked Hugo the same question, how are you guys getting along? Hugo said it's a work in progress, and Layton said, if it makes you feel any better, Mel, my missus on the end. We didn't hit it off, and now we're pretty tight, rock solid, so if you're feeling like that at the start, that's kind of normal. Hugo said to the producers, Layton was really supportive. He shared a lot of words of wisdom, which is encouraging, so I'm hoping that me and Tayla will be able to turn this around. The ladies said to Tayla, has anyone clued you in to what is actually going on? And Tayla said they hadn't. Janelle said the first weekend they all arrived, there was a big night out. Basically, Adam and Claire kissed, and she said, Adam is my husband and Claire is another bride. Tayla didn't seem that shocked or offended and said okay, and Janelle said, and Claire was at your wedding. Tayla said, are you alright? And Janelle said, I'm feeling like a bad bitch today, and tried to laugh it off. She said, I'm prepared. Sandy and Dan. Sandy and Dan arriving looking very happy. Sandy said to Janelle, I've been thinking about you, are you all good? And Janelle said, I could be better. Sandy said to the producers, Claire told me about the kiss before anyone else. It's not like I'm saying I support Claire and I don't support Janelle. But I think it's this energy or vibe that there is a Claire side or Janelle side. I don't support the decision she made and the mistake she made, but I'm supporting the fact that she's owning it. So Sandy was supporting the fact that she finally got around to telling the truth. Sandy said she was going to tell you guys as long as she's owning it, she's coming forward. Tayla said she did the right thing and Melinda said it took 2 weeks, and Tayla said, no, hey, she isn't married to you. Melinda said, I met Tayla, she didn't really care for Janelle's situation, no empathy really. And Tayla said, I'm just putting my 2 cents in here, we don't want to slam this girl when she comes in. Alyssa looked gobsmacked that Tayla was saying this and said, we will 100% slam her. I'm going to give it to you straight. Reason 1, she kissed somebody else's groom. Reason 2, she lied about it for 2 weeks. Reason 3, she lied to her face, meaning Janelle. Alyssa said to the producers, if I see something that's unjust and something that's not right, I'm not going to sit back and let it play out. I'm going to call a spade a spade. Sandy said, I get it. It doesn't excuse what she did. Claire was in the car going to the dinner party, saying she was the most nervous about facing everyone and talking about it, but she understands there is no way of moving forward without talking about it. Janelle said this is getting a bit much to the ladies. Claire said it's going to be intense going into the dinner party. Now I'm dreading it. I'm really dreading it. She said it's actually making her so sick. When she walked into the room, everyone just stared at Claire and went quiet. You would have literally been able to hear a pin drop. Duncan said that was cold. I actually felt sorry for Claire. I don't agree with what she did, but to go in a room with all these couples and they're all just looking over at you, it's got to be hard. I was happy to see Tayla get up. John said that's a frosty room. He said, wow, that was a clear signal. Tonight is going to be tough for you, Claire. Claire went over to Janelle, Melinda and Alyssa, who refused to get up. She looked nervous and said, hi guys, hi Janelle, how are you going? The ladies smiled at her, but it was like a sarcastic smile. Well, if they don't want to acknowledge her, then why didn't they get up off their seats and go into another room? That's the way I see it. Alyssa was saying there's no way I'm going to acknowledge her. I'm not going to say hello. And she did say hello. She stuck to her word there, but she smiled a really sarcastic smile. Claire was overwhelmed at the bar crying. Tayla and Sandy came over to support her. Alessandra said it's a really difficult room to walk into. John said totally, and she will be flooded with the fight or flight response. She will be anxious, she will be really flustered about everything, feeling judged, and Mel said she will be feeling deep guilt and regret. Tayla said hold your head high, don't take any shit. Claire said I have to own it, and Tayla said yeah, that's it, but anything other than that? Claire said it's just an intense feeling, like I know I've really hurt people. Tayla said you will be fine. Tayla said to the producers it was very clear that there was 2 groups of girls, and I think it's been pushed that we have to decide what group to go in, and I'm not really for that. Brontë and Harrison. Brontë and Harrison arrived next. I was quite surprised Brontë went straight over to Claire, after Claire giving Harrison such a hard time about taking the woman's phone number when he went out. I would have thought Brontë would have thought Claire was a hypocrite. Brontë said to the producers the first thing that she noticed was there was a group on one side and there was a group on the other side. Evelyn and Rupert arrived next. Not much to report here. Evelyn just went over to the women and said hi gentlemen as she was passing, nice to meet you. Lyndall and Cam arrived next. The expert said oh they normally come in holding hands. Then someone said to Cam, are you in the doghouse or something, and he said he was. John said I'm actually looking forward to talking to them on the couch because they present that everything is fine and that there is nothing to see here, and clearly there is something to see. Jesse said he was nervous to see Claire and he doesn't want to sit close to Adam. It's going to be drama, it's going to be spoken about. Try not to say much when you speak, keep it simple and that's it. It's like seeing the storm clouds in the distance and they're just coming closer and closer. This is going to be hard. Alyssa was the first person to hug Jessie and she said, mate, we're all here for you. John said it is very telling that as soon as Jessie walked in the whole room, he got a lot of support. John said, so how's Claire going to play this? And Alessandra said, you can just see she's waiting to say hello to Jessie. You could see the anxiety on her face. Janelle said to Jessie, I'm so glad that you came. And he said, did you guys think I might not? Claire finally managed to say hello to Jessie and gave him a hug, saying she would chat to him later, and he did seem open to that. John said that was horrendously awkward, but it did take a lot of guts for Claire to do that. Jessie said to the producers, I've got to say Claire has some big balls coming here tonight for her to still come. Good on her. Claire said to the ladies, I feel so bad, he's so nice, I feel awful. Melinda said, do you see Claire's face? And Janelle is like, she's not sorry at all, 100% she's playing the victim. How does Janelle know? How does Janelle know what Claire is thinking or feeling? Yeah, Janelle's been hurt, but I mean, Claire just seems really, really remorseful. Mel said they are only talking about the blame on the side of the woman right now. Why aren't they talking about Adam? Adam said it's definitely time to speak my truth, speak my mind, own up for what I've done, but also in saying that in turn I also need to get off my chest what I've been keeping to myself for a little while now. That might shed a little light on the situation. Adam said going into the dinner party, I know that everyone is sharpening up their pitchforks and they are coming for me. The lynch mob is out to get me tonight. They don't know the full truth, so I'm going to let them speak out and then I'll get the chance to say what's on my mind. It might sit them back down in their seat a little bit. Sandy said to Jessie, I still can't believe you came and gave her a hug. Good on you, you're a big person. Adam came in and got a worse reception than Claire. John said he's got to feel attention in that room, surely. Alessandra said no one has gone over to him. Janelle said to the ladies, I actually feel like I might need to leave the room, guys, I'm not going to lie. Evelyn said he's the one that looks stupid. John said, how's Adam going to play this? Rupert said hello to Adam, so that's one person that acknowledged him. Adam went over to Jessie and said, do you want to have a conversation? Jessie said no, and Adam said, I'd love to have a chat with you before we go to dinner. It's entirely up to you. Jessie said, maybe go and say hello to who you need to and grab yourself a beer. And Adam said, I want to chat to you straight up, but if you're not ready, that's all good, yeah? Alessandra said he wants to make it right by Jessie. What about making it right by Janelle? Evelyn said to Janelle he doesn't deserve the tears. John said this dinner is going to be explosive. Janelle said to the producers, this is the biggest betrayal you can have in the experiment. Adam never wanted me to find out. He was never going to tell me. He was going to be disloyal the entire experiment. This dinner party more than ever, I cannot wait to share my story. I've been biting my tongue this entire cocktail party. I cannot wait to share exactly what happened and how Adam is trying to throw me under the bus because I have a rebuttal for everything he says. Jessie said to the producers, tonight is going to be a shit show. What I want to do at the dinner table is just sink into the abyss. I just want to melt into the darkness. So while they were at the dinner table, Janelle said, hello everyone, I just wanted to welcome firstly the new beautiful couples. What a week to come in, hey? I just wanted to start off by saying it's good to see everyone. I'm sure a lot of you have heard a lot has happened this week and I'm sure a lot of you want to know more. So let's start off by hearing from Adam and Claire. Talk about throwing them under the bus, at least let them eat their dinner first. John said, there you go, right off the bat. Adam said, I'll start with this, and he, he had this cocky grin on his face. John said, let's see if he owns it. Adam said, right, all of yous actually know what's gone on. First of all, I just want to apologise massively to Janelle and Jessie. Something that has been weighing on me that I know you guys know all about now. Harrison asked, what happened? Tell us what happened. Adam said, okay, so when we were out that night, me and Claire lied about it and said nothing happened, even though Jessie knew that something must have happened that night. He didn't know exactly what happened. That's why I really want to apologise to you, Jessie, for the way I made you feel at the first commitment ceremony, making you to look like you was going crazy or whatever it was. Adam said we had a kiss downstairs. It wasn't planned either way, mate. We kissed and that's all I want to say. It didn't seem remorseful. He just went, oh, whatever, that kind of thing. Then he said, I can tell you that there is nobody at this table that has taken this harder than myself. I will want to get into myself and Janelle's relationship at the time that happened. There is a lot of stuff that happened between me and Janelle that happened at the start of our relationship that none of you know about. Harrison looked at Janelle and said, it looks like Janelle doesn't even know about it either. Adam said things had happened on their honeymoon, things had been said. I'm not sitting here saying we wasn't in a bad place, it wasn't a real relationship. The last 2 weeks has been a real relationship. John said he's just saying you and I, we weren't in love, we weren't in a relationship, I kissed somebody else, it's not cheating, it was fair game. Adam said I just wanted to get out of the experiment because I didn't want to be here for her. Janelle said to the producers, I'm feeling like an idiot. Any feeling that I had for Adam was not real on his end. He was trying to throw me under the bus, but his reality, what the relationship was, shocked me completely. Adam said to Janelle, you said, and she put her hands up and said whatever. Adam said, you just don't want to hear it, Janelle. Alyssa said, let her speak and then we will let you speak. Adam said, listen, okay, I'm here just owning everything, so why would I be sitting here needing to lie about this? Harrison said, have any of you guys actually heard him own it? Brontë said, I just hear excuses. Adam said, the fact of the matter is me and Janelle formed a relationship in the last 2 weeks. I'm owning up to the kiss that happened. That's what I'm owning up to. Melinda said, but you don't call it cheating, is that correct, because you were in a bad place? Harrison said, it sounds like you're trying to justify it, bro. Harrison said to the producer, just own it and then shut up. I genuinely don't think he cares. He says that he cares, but then if you care, you would really care about Janelle, and all he wants to do is throw her under the bus. It's just hard to watch. Adam said, yes, I kissed Claire, but I wasn't cheating. At the time from Intimacy Week on, we had a real connection. Out of everyone that was involved in that situation, I feel more for Jessie in all of this, and Harrison chirped up, not your wife. Jessie said to the producers, in that moment I was like, just sit there and don't say anything till you need to and watch the chaos unfold. Janelle said, I would like to speak about my experience. I would appreciate if no one interrupted. I don't know what Adam is talking about because I compromised and tried so hard in this relationship. Again, no sincere apology. It was just I kissed Claire because we wasn't in a good place. Janelle started crying and Adam started laughing. No compassion there at all. Melinda said, dude, the fact that you have no empathy at all for this. And he said, because I know the truth. Janelle said, honestly, I don't know how to feel. I was shocked. I thought we were in a good place. Janelle said to Adam, my feelings for Adam were growing every day. I'm here for love. We cuddled on the couch. We watched movies. We drank red wine. I kissed him goodbye before he left for that night out. And we had sex when he came home that evening. Alessandra said, no. Everyone was shocked at the dinner table. Alyssa said to Adam, did you sleep with Janelle that night you kissed Claire? Adam said, okay, so you have heard this from who you have heard it from, and you're taking it as fact, as gospel. Alyssa said, we were just trying to get the facts. John said, oh, here we go, these are good questions. Adam finally admitted 100% yes, and he looked like the Cheshire Cat, like he was proud of himself. John said, oh, it's not a good look, you know we're in a bad place, but let's have sex. Adam said, listen, and Janelle said, I don't want to talk to Adam, I don't want to see him, I don't want to hear his point of view. Adam said, of course you don't want to hear my point of view, because you don't want to hear the opposite of what you have said, Janelle. John said what Adam doesn't realise is that there are a number of betrayals that have occurred and acts of deception that he's done outside of just a kiss, lying to people, and not just that, but coming at them in an incredibly aggressive way to defend himself, and he doesn't get that. Harrison said, can I just clarify, I've spoke to Claire at the wedding. She's given me a very detailed description of what happened that night from getting there, what the vibe was like, the kiss, what happened afterwards, like genuine remorse, genuinely apologise for that. Adam said, why do I need to genuinely apologise to you, Harrison? Harrison was pointing at Claire and he said Claire's apology, that was genuine accountability and remorsefulness. Adam said, I've told you how I feel about this. He said, I've owned it and apologised. Harrison said, you haven't, mate. Lyndall said, I've cheated on Janelle, but there is no but when you cheat. Alyssa said to the producers, oh, Adam did not own what he did. He kept talking about the kiss and how me and Janelle weren't in the right place, and I'm like, mate, it's past that. It's so much more than the kiss. It's so much more than you cheating on your wife and then sleeping with her the same night. It's much more than that. Alyssa said, I think we're glazing over the fact that you guys kissed, a massive issue, but the fact that you both lied to us for so long, the fact that you gaslit Jessie and made him look crazy, and the fact that Claire looked in the eyes of Janelle. She asked you, Claire, do I have anything to worry about? And you said no. Alyssa said you literally said no, babe, and gave her a hug with the fact that this was ever going to come out. Claire said to the producers, I know it's my own fault and I shouldn't even be crying because people that I've hurt just feel like shit. John said the group has certainly been strong tonight. It's come with the hard questions and held people accountable, and they've also been supportive. We have seen all the different sides to the group dynamic tonight. Claire said, I have no excuses for my behaviour. I'm really, really sorry to Jessie and to Janelle for disrespecting you. I'm sorry to everyone here for disrespecting this entire experiment. I'm really, really sorry, Janelle, that I lied to your face when you asked me if you had anything to worry about. Jessie said to the producers, I can hear Claire sat next to me, breathing really slowly. I can hear that she's trying to calm herself down. She's fiddling with her hands, her body language alone. I can tell she's nervous, so she was starting to suffer with her anxiety. I'm sorry I didn't come forward sooner, Jessie, I really am, and it shouldn't have happened, and I'm genuinely really remorseful, and I'm really, really sorry. John said there is such a difference between Adam and his response versus Claire. She's full of remorse and is upset and saying I'm sorry, and Adam is just saying listen, you got it all wrong. Someone said well, we haven't heard from Jesse yet, and he said he doesn't have anything to say. All I needed to say I said to Adam at the time, and also to Claire. He said everything he had to say to Claire at the time as well. Claire said that she was really sorry again. Jesse said to the producers, mad respect to Claire for the balls that she has to come in and own it the way she has, and to cop the flat like that's what owning your mistakes. Giving a genuine apology will grant you, a bit of leniency from the mob. Claire said to Jesse, I appreciate how you're carrying yourself like a gentleman. Claire and Jesse then gave each other a fist bump. Harrison said to Jesse, I just wanted to say to your face, man, I'm really genuinely sorry that I made a conclusion on what I saw at the first commitment ceremony. I wanted to believe because Adam and I had a stronger friendship at the time. I wanted to believe him. Harrison asked what was next with Jesse and Claire. He said, do you reckon you guys can save it? Jesse said, oh man, I don't know. Harrison said, you guys now have an opportunity to really forgive and forget. You said things that Claire didn't like, and then Claire has made this huge mistake and apologised, and I feel like you have an opportunity now. It's not perfect, and I don't think it's a good place to start from, but essentially in each other's eyes, you have both done things that you don't agree with. Harrison said, I'm only speaking from experience. Brontë and I have been in that exact position, and I'm grateful that our relationship actually ended in a sense because we started a new one. Jesse said to the producers, objectively I see that Harrison is trying to do the right thing, trying to be a great friend, but there is something in my gut that's saying take him with a grain of salt. Harrison said to Jesse, I just feel like it would be a waste to throw this experience away, that's all I'm saying, and then he said he would miss Jesse. Adam said to the producers he's not Jesse's favourite person right now, 100%, and he understands that. He has no time for Harrison, he's got no relevance in the situation. What happened with me and Jesse, he can just literally go and do one. I'm more interested in getting back on side with Jesse and having a chat to him really, let him know how I truly feel. Adam then said, Jesse, do you want to have a chat, mate? 2 minutes of your time. I would love to have a chat with you. Jesse said, I get that you regret it, that's all I need. Jesse said, I'm like borderline panicking over this, man. Here I am thrust into the centre of this freaking drama. Adam said, I would love to have a conversation with you honestly, man. Jesse said to the producers, am I supposed to go on a walk with him? How do I call him out on his terrible behaviour whilst maintaining my own dignity? Adam said, if you just give me 2 minutes, bro, that's all I'm asking. Jesse agreed to hear him out. Jesse said to the producers, am I going to lose control of my emotions and spark up? It might be pretty hard because I think I'm going to get pretty angry. Adam said, coming into this, I know no one at the table believes what I have to say. I have to wear it, how I made you feel, and I can't deal with it. But what about Janelle? I sit here and talk about that. No one knows about me and Janelle. No one wants to believe what I have to say about me and Janelle coming into here tonight. I know Janelle was going to lie about everything. I knew she was going to play that whole card and do her thing. Mel said he's just presenting his case against Janelle the liar. I knew she was going to lie. He's talking at Jesse and not drawing a breath. Adam said to Jesse, Janelle was never going to hear me anyway. Never hear my sincere apology to her. Jesse said to the producers, Adam said a lot and all I really took from it is he's trying to explain things away and defend things and deflect. Adam said, mate, you have to come here to find love and I've been part of that. I just need to make sure you're doing alright. Harrison is in there playing devil's advocate, saying, do you think you can forgive Claire? Adam said, listen, honestly, he's a piece of work, that guy. Jesse said to the producers, I feel like Adam is a dog, but I hate to say it, there is a part of me that doesn't fully trust Harrison. Harrison said to Janelle, I'm so sorry. She said, I appreciate that. He said that the opportunity was gone for her now. Talk about stating the obvious. Harrison said to the producer, Adam's apology was fake. He couldn't be sincere for 5 minutes, like he couldn't come across sincere at all. Melinda said to the producers, it was so bloody bizarre to hear Harrison at the table being a voice of reason like the justice police. Melinda said to Harrison, you have done a full 180. I'm kinda not shocked, but a little. Hearing a lot from you tonight because what he's doing, at one stage you was doing that and not so long ago, and you had that woman's number, so have you just woken up? What's happened? Harrison said, I came here to learn more about myself and try and be a better person, and that's what I'm doing. That's all there is, and I appreciate you noticing the change, so thank you. Melinda said to the producers, far out, if Harrison has changed, I'm dreaming, but I call bullshit. Claire said to the producers, watching Adam and Jessie, I'm just ready to intercept it. Seems as though Adam was saying something to Jessie and Jessie was just nodding. Hopefully he was apologising and said she wanted her moment with Jessie too. To give him the letter she wrote, her pure focus is on fixing this. She wanted to try and make it right with Jessie. Claire went in the room and asked if Jessie was okay, and Adam got up straight away. Jessie said to the producers, good on you, Claire, for coming. That's an honourable thing to do, but don't talk to me about staying. I want to go home. Claire said, we don't have to talk about it, but I've written you a letter. It's an apology letter. You can read it whenever you want, tonight, tomorrow, but I'm genuinely sorry for hurting you. Some things I said in my vows that I didn't follow through on, for that I'm sorry as well. She said, I came here flawed to learn about myself, and you have taught me a lot, so I also want to thank you for that. I have a lot of respect for you. Jessie said to the producers that was probably the best apology I've actually ever received. Jessie said to Claire, we all came here flawed. I'm not perfect and no one in there is either. He said, I've learned so much, man. Jessie and Claire didn't want to go back into the dinner party, so they left together. Claire said to the producer she feels so much better. She is relieved to finally have one moment with Jessie where they are both calm and she can just tell him that she's sorry and give him the letter. She feels so much better. She gave Jessie a hug and said that she was sorry for everything. Right, so I'm just going to leave that here. I don't know, depending on how long this video is, because I feel like it's pretty long because it's cut out a few times. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the next episode on the next video. So that was episode 16 and that was the dinner party. Episode 17 will be the commitment ceremony, so let's just leave this here. Thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Please like, it really does help get my small channel out there. Share and comment, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean an awful lot to me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.